Hello to all of you. Today I will talk about the aldol condensation. So, what is the definition of the aldol condensation and what is the reaction mechanism behind this? So, this one is also called the naming reaction. We can say that the aldol condensation is a naming reaction. So, first of all, I will discuss about the what is the meaning of aldol. Why we call them aldol condensation. Aldol is basically the combination of the two word. The one is called the aldehyde. Ald mean aldehyde and OL mean alcohol. It means that in this aldol condensation, the molecule, one single molecule contain aldehyde and as well as alcohol. The one first point is that, and the second one point is that aldol condensation in carried out in the presence of alpha hydrogen. So the question is arise, what is alpha hydrogen? If we talk about if an example of this aldehyde, this is called acetaldehyde. Okay, this one is called the carbonyl functional group. Those carbon atom which is directly attached with the carbonyl functional group, this is called the alpha carbon. If this carbon is called the alpha carbon, so obviously the hydrogen atom attached this carbon atom is also called the alpha hydrogen. So it means that what is alpha hydrogen? Those hydrogen which is directly attached with the alpha carbon, and alpha carbon is directly attached with the carbonyl group. Take another example of this one. So we have this one. So here where is the alpha hydrogen? This is called the ethanol and this one is called the propanol. So in this case, this one is called the carbonyl group and this carbonyl group is directly attached with this carbon. So this is called the alpha carbon and these hydrogen is called the alpha hydrogen. So aldol condensation, we just focus on a one point. Those compounds are used which contain an alpha hydrogen, because without alpha hydrogen this one reaction will not be carried out. So now I will explain this aldol condensation by using an example with the mechanism. So first of all, we have a propanol. Here we write the mechanism of the propanol. So what is the mechanism of the propanol? So like an example of propanol. You must know that aldol condensation carried out with the two propanol molecule. Two propanol molecule combine together in the presence of a dilute sodium hydroxide and they form a aldol. So this is called the aldol condensation. So here is an example. We can say that this one is called the mechanism of a aldol condensation. So propanol, one propanol, and on the other side another propanol, and this reaction is carried out in the presence of dilute sodium hydroxide. Okay, so here we can write the product of this mechanism. Okay, what will be the first step? Step 1. We can say that I have a 2 molecule of the propanol and also the dilute sodium hydroxide. First step, what will be happen? One molecule of a propanol can write here. So what is the purpose of the sodium hydroxide? If we dissociate the sodium hydroxide into its ions, so sodium hydroxide will break into Na positive and OH negative. So what is the purpose of the sodium hydroxide in an aldol condensation? Basically, sodium hydroxide generate hydroxide ion. These hydroxide ion attack one of the propanol and accept a one proton from the alpha carbon. We already have discussed that aldol condensation carried out in the presence of an alpha carbon. And what is alpha carbon? Those carbon directly attached with the carbonyl group and hydrogen that is directly attached with the alpha carbon is called the alpha hydrogen, and aldol condensation is carried out in the presence of an alpha hydrogen. So here, where is alpha hydrogen? This one is called the carbonyl group and this is called the alpha carbon. If this one is the alpha carbon, so this hydrogen is also called the alpha hydrogen. So we can write second hydrogen in this case. So what will be happen? This negative ion will attract the hydrogen ion and the bond will be shifted from here to here. So what will be the next step? H3C, this one, and CH negative, and this is called here. We can also write this example from this manner for just the easiness. If we see this, so this is called the carbon anion, CH negative. So what will be happen in the next step? So this is called the step number 1. In the second step, step number 2, the second propanol, we can say that CH2 react with this one carbon anion. So CH negative and H3C, C double bond and H. And this negative ion will attack from here to here, and the bond will be shifted from towards the oxygen. So as you know that this reaction is carried out in the presence of the dilute sodium hydroxide. So always write the dilute sodium hydroxide on the top of the double arrow. So this is called the reversible reaction. So what will be the product from here? You can write H3C, C2O negative, and this hydrogen is here. Now this carbon, and this is this hydrogen and carbonyl hydrogen. After that, hydrolysis will be occur. Hydrolysis, what will be happen? These negative ion accept the proton from the water, and what will be happen? CH3, C2OH and hydrogen CH, H3C, C double bond and oxygen. So this is called the final product of the aldol. So aldol, this one is called the final product of aldol. So you can say that this one is called the aldehyde, as this one is called the alcohol. But if you focus on the main point and the main topic, this is called the aldol condensation. Where is the condensation from here? When this compound is formed, this aldehyde aldol is formed, where is on the one side is an aldehyde and on the other side is an alcohol group. So after that we will heat this compound. When we heat this compound, so hydrogen from the alpha carbon and OH group from the beta carbon. Look at this. This one is called the alpha carbon because carbonyl compound, and the directly attached with the carbonyl compound, this carbon is called the alpha carbon, and the second one is a beta, gamma, and so on. So hydrogen from the alpha, because you can say here hydrogen from the alpha and hydroxide from the beta carbon. This will remove from this product and double bond will be shifted from up to this bond. So we can write the last product H3C, CH2C double bond, hydrogen, carbon, H3C and CO and H. So this is called the condensation. This one is called the final product. So you can say here, you can see here, so this hydrogen and this hydroxyl remove from this compound and the bond will be shifted from here. So what will happen? This one compound is formed. So you can say that this one compound is formed. So ene, we can say that is an ene compound. So we also write the name of this compound just like that. Write the name. This is called the aldol. Also write them 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. What will be the name of this compound? You can say that. What will be the name of this compound? This was 3-hydroxy 3-hydroxy and 2-methyl 1 2 3 4 5. This is 5, so is called the pentanol. You can also write this one name or this one name. Why we call the aldol? Because this compound is the aldehyde and this one compound is the alcohol. So that is the whole mechanism of an aldol condensation reaction. And condensation produce and this one end product will be formed. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe this channel for the more video. Thank you.